Hello and welcome back to another video in the world of Monster Hunter. This is Broken Blade and it is aptly bloody named. This build out damages any other so-called meta build in the game, including the other video I have posted regarding this that I have dubbed Crush Blade. There is a link right now. So it out damages it, but that does not mean there are some serious drawbacks. For a start, you need to be absolutely on point with your sharpness management. I have actually sent this build off to a few other streamers to test it, and they all come back to me with the same problem. Yeah, it hits really hard, it's stupid powerful. Sharpness management is a nightmare, so you literally will need to be like pro to be able to manage this build correctly, which I am not. So let's just get straight into the skills and equipment, and this will probably come as no surprise. How we are working this is Diablos Tyrannus 2 or Taroth Strongarm Horn, Affinity and Health Augment, Draken Alpha Helmet with a magazine and attack, Damascus Beta Chest with Iron Wall and 2 Expert, Draken Alpha Gloves with 2 Tenderizer, Draken Alpha Waist with an Elementless, and Draken Alpha Boots with your final Tenderizer. And quite simply, due to Behemoth Master's Touch, we can kind of skip out on Handicraft, and this is where we put the Artillery Charm 3 in. Well, why do we need to manage our sharpness if we have Master's Touch and a decent chunk of affinity, you might be wondering? And by decent chunk I mean like 60% on weak spots. Well, the answer to that is quite simply due to due to the way in which you play Charge Blade, you don't really focus weak points, you just sort of hammer away and then either do an amped elemental discharged or a soup amped elemental discharge, and that is going to be your main damage output. So you're not really focusing weak points. Secondly, blocking, guard point, all of these things will consume sharpness. So you need to play a little bit more tactfully with this. You need to aim for the weak spots. Even when doing your SAED, you need to aim for the weak spots. You need to try and limit the amount of guards and guard points you do. Only go for the ones that are actually going to, I don't want to say benefit you, but not go for the ones that if you didn't, you're going to be in a tight position. It's really difficult. However, in terms of pure output, the standard Charge Blade build for both Diablos and Strongarm Horn as a full super amped elemental discharge with the swing across, the initial downstroke and the final impact plus 6 files, you are looking at roughly 1217 damage. With this build you are looking at a grand total of 2111 damage. Yeah, so there is a huge upside, and that is, oh my god, it hits like a truck. Downside being you are going to need to be really fucking good. Personally, I do not use this build because I can't manage the sharpness. I quite simply am not good enough. However, if you feel you are good enough, then maybe give it a shot. I got pretty lucky with this Kushala fight. I didn't even make it down into green. However, with the previous fight with Nergigante, I think I went halfway through my green bar. So you can absolutely destroy your sharpness, and as we all know, sharpness has its own damage multiplier. So dropping from blue to green, you are going to be losing a decent amount of damage. Nothing too serious. If it was white to blue, you'd be losing more. From blue to green, you're not so much, but still, you're going to be struggling. So overall, this build will absolutely destroy. It's on par with like meta greatsword and longsword builds in terms of pure output. Downside being, you need to get good, son. Anyway, that is me. Thank you very much for watching. Hope to see you guys pretty darn soon. Good luck, have fun, don't die. It's really, really bad for the health, and I'll see you pretty darn soon. Toodles.